Oh, wow.
I think tomorrow I'm going to post the question just out to Facebook. Tell me all your thoughts on ska. And,
and would you really like to meet her?
Right. And anybody that gives me shit for liking ska is not my friend anymore.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Eric, that
Sounds like
me.
a trolling moment.
Thanks for telling me beforehand.
Oh,
totally gonna give you
beef. We're not friends.
Oh.
What do you have against ska?
Ska's fun.
It's nothing, actually. Absolutely nothing. I know very little about it. I know that I used to listen.
It's for white guys. Come on.
I understand it's a musical genre. I hate it as a musical genre.
I like Rude Boys. They're cool. Let's see what else. I actually love the Madness, but
the Madness.
That's what they used to be called before they became called Madness.
No, I think they've always just been Madness.
I don't. Wiki time.
One step beyond.
I love that song.
I was listening to that today. I listened to that today, man. I was on a full ska kick at work. It was great.
Okay, this is confusing to me. It says The Madness is the debut self-titled album by the British ska pop band. Oh, The Madness. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
I don't see how that's at all confusing.
Want to ring the bell?
I'm taking it back. I'm taking them all back.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
I'm a loner, Daddy. Rebel. I am the walrus.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to John Hates Movies, the movie review podcast where my friends prevent me from making my best Matthew Lillard face in the mirror and instead force me to watch movies.
I can see that face too.
I wish we could start a photo thread on the page for you. Make your best Matt Lillard face.
Well, we probably could. For those of you who are wondering, this week we do not have one of our members, and as we all know on John Hates Movies, if any of us miss a day, it's most likely a sex-related injury, which explains why I've never missed an episode.
Ditto, Johnny, ditto.
So this week we are missing James, so why don't somebody tell us how it happened?
I believe he's at Cedar Point, insatiated by his roller coaster fetish.
Oh, I had heard he had an unfortunate rendezvous with Muscle Cow.
At Cedar Point, on a roller coaster.
Oh, I bet they were meeting there. That's so romantic.
That is. That's adorable.
So that's
a little
the word.
awkward.
That is the word.
Adorable.
James had a sex-related injury on a roller coaster with Muscle Cow.
Well, I mean, the details are sketchy at best, but all we really know is that there were roller coasters and Muscle Cow involved in the sex-related injury.
I think if Muscle Cow was involved, it's likely the roller coaster was injured as well.
Right.
I myself am Sandusky bound tomorrow morning. I'm going to play with corgi giraffes tomorrow at the African and Dog Safari down in Port Clinton.
That's weird.
Everything about that is actually true except the parts involving dogs. There's like this African safari tour thing down there, and I'm going to go, and it's pretty sweet.
Cool.
So
they don't really have corgis with long necks, though, do they?
Oh God, I wish. What a world we would live in. No, sadly, the corgi giraffes come from my own active imagination, and they are not real yet.
Right.
So this week, who we do have is Eric Largent.
Tally-ho.
We have Chris Arsenault.
Hello.
And we have Colin McMillan.
I smell like gasoline.
And I'm your host, Jonathan Barrett. And this week we have a
Jonathan, insert last name here.
yes, we have a rare treat for you because we watched a movie.
Oh, I thought the rare treat was that James was going to have to do a review.
Well, there is that.
John, that's not rare at all. We watch movies all the time.
That is true, but I don't know if we've watched one that has been rated this low before.
Ow.
10% Rotten Tomatoes rating.
Yeah.
One
Who listens to
star?
Rotten Tomatoes?
One
I'm
star
not
on Netflix.
sure. I'm not sure this is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Right.
Oh, not by
But it's
far.
certainly one of the ones I've enjoyed the least.
Yeah. This is the least enjoyable movie I've watched for John Hayes movies.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, no, I think you're right. I think I
also
feel the
noticed
same
a
way.
theme. Anytime Chris chooses a movie,
No.
Oh,
y'all
you did this
like,
on
oh, this
purpose.
is the
you
worst
jerk.
fucking movie
you
ever.
did this
No.
on purpose.
Yeah,
you totally.
What are you acting
you-
like the victim? You knew what you were doing.
inflicted this on us.
Oh, you're on to me.
That's right, we watched Wing Commander.
Boo.
Yeah.
Freddie Prinze Jr. and Matthew Lillard.
Yes, you're not wrong. It's Freddie Prinze Jr., Saffron Burrows, and Matthew Lillard. Directed by Chris Roberts, the guy who created the video games. Oh, Chris.
Wait.
Wait, it was directed by the guy
say
that made
that
the...
again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Written and directed.
Written and directed by the guy who created the video games, because
Come on.
apparently directing
No.
actors in FMVs is just like doing the real thing.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Holy
the
crap.
synopsis.
That's
the
unbelievable.
synopsis
It
is
would- you know, hold on, Johnny. Jurassic Park would have been way better if Michael Crichton would have directed it. I mean, come
Oh
on.
God, it would have been so much science,
It would have been all exposition.
so.
and they would have saved the raptors.
Earth's only hope against the vicious Kilrathi Empire are two young fighter pilots who must stop the enemy and warn Earth of an impending attack.
But at what cost? The cost is like an hour and a half of your time that you'll never get back. And you're gonna be asking all kinds of questions about your life at the
Yes.
end of it.
Like, how did I get here?
Yes, what led me here?
Am
Where
I
did I go
am I
wrong?
dying, or do I just feel like I'm dying?
So we should let Chris go first since he chose it.
Oh, much apprecited, John.
Well, hey, this is your thing,
I
man.
know. I'm just saying. So, Wing Commander, a movie based on a highly successful line of video games that were fantastic and enjoyable and genre-breaking for the time, and still stand up, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah,
It's funny
that's-
because the person who created the video game series was responsible for this movie in every aspect. He was writer, director. He had, was involved in all of the prop and, prop production and whatnot.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Well, okay. Let me explain some of that. Actually, apparently he was never satisfied with the Kilrathi.
Mhm.
Oh, so he made them green frog aliens.
Well, they weren't.
But the thing-
They're like lionish cat things, but they were poorly lit.
But the
Here's
Kilrathi
well,
dude. Oh, sorry.
Here's part of it too. He was never happy with what they made, and it was kind of one of those, they were behind schedule, so they couldn't do other stuff. And apparently, they made the Kilrathi suit or whatever props before they actually had the sets designed. And that's when they realized the Kilrathi props were too big. So, if you see, they're always hunched over in, the ship corridors because they misjudged their size.
Oh my god. It's also why they don't do anything except for fall over.
Right. So, yeah.
Sorry, I was going to save that for mine, but
There are a couple decent parts in the movie, but honestly, as a space, war movie, it's terrible. It's following a character you could give a damn about, played by someone who makes it even worse, Freddie Prinze Jr. I'm actually okay with Matthew Lillard in the movie, and even his character's okay in the movie. But in general, he's not like a fantastic actor or anything.
Ooh.
Really.
He's not really anything.
But they put this whole weird pilgrim subplot where to like ingratiate you to some sort of weird pseudo racism thing that never existed in the
No, not at all.
original storylines that was developed strictly for this.
The director
Which
wanted to tackle heavy issues.
Yeah,
with this
and
movie.
it really, I would say
This is our chance to tell a
I would
story.
say it detracts from the movie, but I'm not really sure there's much to detract from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, one thing I did find out is that there was originally supposed to be like a traitor subplot in the movie. The captain of the Pegasus was supposed to be a traitor and have had been giving information to the Kilrathi.
Huh. Is
And I
that
think-
Poirot?
Huh?
Poirot?
No.
Okay.
Okay, was
it
that
would've
really
been-
him? I'm really.
Yeah, that was Poirot.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
sure.
It would totally
Yes.
would have been a
Wow.
better, at least story if they had maintained that traitor plot, but apparently something got in the way. I don't know. The rest of the movie. Is this a good movie? No. Is this a good science fiction? No.
Like, I would have loved to
Does
see
it have
you try
good
to...
acting? No. Does it have good special effects? No.
No.
Why do they have to push her ship off of the flight deck?
I know!
No.
Yeah, because they just dump it into a gutter. They don't even like push it out into space.
That's what's weird. Like, you assume that they're liable to have crashes on the runway. You would think they'd have something figured out, like, oh, we can retrieve it. We'll push it off the runway so everyone can come in. But yeah, and we'll retrieve later or something. But Christ Almighty, that never made sense to me. Except to like
don't
create
get us
the whole.
don't get us wrong.
you know-
it's not like the only bad part of that part. Of the movie.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then the Freddie Prinze Jr. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I think I'd actually enjoy this movie 100 times more if he wasn't in it. Like a no name in the role.
Yeah.
Hell, if Matthew Lillard was in that role instead of being, Maniac, it probably would have been a better movie.
Yeah.
Not to say that's like hugely it's not leaps and bounds going to be a better movie. It's just going to be like, okay, this one is to watch versus, that was kind of bad.
In that movie, it could have been one of those it's so good it's bad movies.
It
Yeah.
could have been.
Yeah,
But,
it wasn't.
but this movie was not.
This is really, legitimately one of those grown-worthy movies that's just like, fuck, you did everything wrong.
yeah. Matt Lillard's powers of hamming could have at least made it like
Yeah.
drinking game worthy.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
but
And
not
it
even
just, Yeah. I don't understand why they went with the story they went with. It's confusing and it's dumb, and you're not even happy with them saving Earth. I think.
Chris,
Yeah,
I would have really loved for your review here to you messing with all of us and
Trying
try
to
to talk
defend
about how this is such an amazing movie, and then at the end,
Oh, I thought about it.
oh my god, I would be so mad. Like I would seriously be frothing at the mouth if you did that. I would be having a conniption
How it
fit
was
over
the
here.
progenitor to other movies or other things like BSG and
Star Wars got
stylistic ways.
nothing on
Did
it.
the
Oh my god!
ships and
If you were
blah,
like, without
blah.
Wing Commander, Battlestar would never have happened.
Forget that whole 1980s thing, but
Oh my God.
yeah. Christ Almighty! Like the video games were amazing. The movie was just such a fucking throw from the decency of what the video games were, and Chris Roberts is not a director.
Okay.
Apparently not a very good writer, but he's still responsible for the games. That's what confounds me.
So
it's so stupid.
no, in
Sorry.
the video, no, I'm interrupting too. In the video games, is there story and dialogue and
Yes.
stuff?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
ton of
Yeah,
it.
there's tons.
Yeah.
That's most of it, honestly.
Yeah, it was one of those games that really latched on. I wouldn't say it was one of the progenitors for it, but it really latched on to the use of the FMV,
Okay.
full motion video,
Yeah.
interludes. You will go through.
That
You will
was like-
explain all the story with little videos. This is so cool in 1994,
Yeah, dude, that was like the thing.
and
It's like the
that was so bad. It was ham acted. Actually, they had some really pretty big stars,
Huge
in it,
stars in that.
Malcolm
Mark
McDowell,
Hamill
Mark
is the guy.
Yeah, Mark Hamill, John Rhys Davies was in it. Seriously, there are a bunch of actors that were in the FMVs for the video games and whatnot. But
was that just number 3? Or
I think it was
3, 4, and Armada.
and on.
Okay, shit, you guys are fucking nerds.
No, man, you don't understand. Like the first Wing Commander. I played it on Super Nintendo because I wasn't a PC gamer yet when I was that young. But like, it blew your mind because it was like you never saw a game that looked that good. It was spaceship dogfight flight simulator.
It was fucking cool.
It was complicated and difficult, but also you could actually learn it and get good, and you had upgradable ships. It was so fucking sweet. Like
that actually does sound really good.
It is.
It was great.
Okay, so so to explain this simply, what the video games were to the industry, the people's childhood, for Christ's sake, this movie was to the damnation of your soul.
Right.
Okay, so the games were equally as good as this was bad.
Damn right.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And the worst part is like Paladin, he's from the games.
Yeah.
Angel, from the games. Maniac, from the games. All those characters are actually from the fucking franchise.
Wow.
Right.
And they just
Well, the main character actually ended up in later games or referenced in games, I think.
Pilgrim.
Yeah, the Pilgrim.
The Pilgrim.
Yeah, that whole thing was stupid.
Oh, get it? 'Cause
I've been
he's
giving
going
shit.
places.
I've been
Space.
giving shit about this my whole life, and I don't even know why. Then why do you wear the fucking thing? It literally means nothing to you, but you won't let go of
And
it.
how could you be that old and not realize what people are talking
Right.
about?
Everybody
You know,
else in
hold
space
on,
knows
hold
what this
on.
is.
I'm a 24-year-old fighter pilot, but let me step back to my 11-year-old self and ask, what are midi-chlorians? It's that stupid fucking moment where, like, well, we have to dumb things down to an explanation to the audience because they have no idea what's going on, especially since we just invented this, particularly for this media.
Midichlorian's just a weird way to pronounce MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And for this, they could have just said, you're special. We don't know how you do it, but you can do this thing. And like, that seriously would have been better than explaining this whole like space Jesus race.
Yes.
It's like, what?
Yes, it would have been more astounding if, like, oh no, they ended up getting sucked into the black hole and he was able to navigate it. Like, oh wow, you seem to be talented.
Yeah.
And they use that later rather than it's in your blood.
Right. Like, yeah.
Like, I would like to try. Like, not actually, I don't want to try to defend this movie, but like, I've seen this movie a number of times.
Why? Why would you do that?
I saw it when it first
it's time
came
for an
out. And when I was
intervention.
younger, I saw it, a couple times, and I thought it was really cool. And
I
think
knew you
I
had
always knew it
problems,
was
but I
terrible,
didn't
but
know it
like,
ran this
I
deep.
enjoyed it. Here's the thing: I can enjoy aspects of movies while understanding it's a bad movie.
This movie doesn't even have any aspects, Chris.
It has aspects. It's got spaceships.
Spaceships that look like turds with wings.
Actually, they were British fighters that they just took the wings off.
Oh, is that what they actually are?
Yes, that's what they were.
Get out of town.
Wow.
They're just planes.
Yes, they
Chris,
literally are.
if you come out of this podcast experience, I hope that you're able to retain your ability to digest these large pieces of crap.
Well, hey, here's the. I can be totally okay with you guys shitting on this movie. I really can because it's certainly deserving of it. But if you guys are gonna say this is the worst movie ever, you'd be close. You'd still be wrong because there are worse movies out there, but you'd still be close.
Bottom 10.
So I'd respect you for it. I don't know. Yeah. If you ever feel the inclination to watch this movie,
Don't.
I'm not even sure I can tell people don't. Because, like, it doesn't... It's not like it fills me with hate. It just... It's not even a movie you'd want on in the background.
No.
Because like you'll start paying attention and you'll hate yourself for that.
Yep. Yeah, one thing will catch your eye and you go, "What's that?" And then you'll find you're watching Wing Commander.
Awful fucking movie that like it's not so atrocious that I would say never watch it. Or it's a waste of your time per se. But it's really you're not gaining much from it.
How about this? Don't seek it out.
There you go.
Yep, don't seek it out.
I mean, there is nutritional value in eating feces, but you shouldn't do it.
So
I'm just saying, if it's playing, and you have to get up to like get the remote, let it play out.
I'm struggling here because I actually can't think of a circumstance where watching Wing Commander instead of doing literally anything else, including nothing, is actually your best option. I can't actually think of that circumstance.
Full disclosure, I actually picked this after watching it. So
Dude.
mind you, I watched it before I made you guys watch it.
Oh, Chris.
I was reminded of how terrible it was, and then I wanted you to all suffer with me. I love you guys so much.
Have I told you that you're the worst?
Not today, but it adds up.
Oh, man.
So who wants... Are you pretty much wrapped up there, Chris?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Who wants to take the reins?
Oh, boy. I'll talk about Wing Commander for a little bit. Wing Commander... More like Wang Commander.
Oh, you just stole one of my jokes!
No!
Well, you
Well,
should
guess
have
what?
gone before him.
Well, guess what? Google informed me today, to my delight, that Wang Commander is real.
What?
Wang Commander is a penis simulation game where you can... It's 8-player competitive penis simulation where you and 7 of your friends can be a bunch of wieners and roll around, and there's like... I'm looking at the instructions for how to
And then
jump.
never look at each other in the eyes
Yeah,
ever again.
But the thing, like, there's YouTube videos on Wang Commander.
I don't want to watch that.
They're really kind of funny and
I'm sure
almost
they are.
mesmerizing. Maybe that's just me, but
It's so mesmerizing
I
and
couldn't
veiny.
stop watching. But I will say the Wang Commander videos available to you on YouTube that are 4-minute synopses of this penis simulation game for 8 players are much more entertaining than the movie of Wing Commander. We already covered this. This was a great game franchise and a terrible movie, but so.
It's not like it's the first movie to do that either.
No. Yeah, I mean, game adaptations have just been terrible.
They've been
forever,
miserable.
and
Was it?
miserable? Awful.
What?
Like
when
the
what
Super
year did
Mario
this
Brothers
come out?
movie might be like the best of them, actually. Like, just really, they're always just terrible.
I
But
don't
like,
know, Colin. Hitman is about to come out.
oh boy, I'm not gonna watch it. So
The
I mean,
Agent 47 Hitman movie is
They already made
coming
one.
out.
Yeah, they made one with Timothy Oliphant and it blew!
Oh,
It was terrible.
but
well,
by
there's
God, they're
there's
giving it another go.
Yeah, there's another one coming out.
Reboot.
Because everyone's still
God.
playing Hitman.
Yes, unlike Wing Commander, which this movie killed. So, going into space to me sounds exciting. Discovering an alien race that's warlike and you have spaceship
Also
dogfights
exciting.
with, also very exciting. This movie is just about as dull as you can make a movie and have it still be about going into space and fighting aliens. Besides the fact that the thing is all about a war with aliens, and there's like no alien fighting in this movie at all. I think they spend about 5 minutes of screen time fighting aliens, and the rest is like drama. I wrote some things down that I noticed. Like Freddie Prinze Jr. has a unique talent for being slack-jawed and looking confused, which is like that's all he does in this entire movie. He's just sort of hanging around with his mouth open in every scene. Like that's it. I have really enjoyed Matt Lillard in many other movies. He's a huge ham. But I got some mad love for him because he's a Renaissance Festival boy. He started at like the New York Ren Fair or whatever. Like I always thought he was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like him.
Well,
But
what
this is like
besides Scream?
SLC Punk.
Yep.
SLC Punk, Scooby Doo, of course.
Oh, right, yeah.
He was in
With Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, what? He was in a version of Shakespeare's Love's Labour's Lost, and he was really good in it. Which was very surprising to me.
Hackers.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah, he's in Hackers. And I had another. Oh, he is in a movie with my girl Christina Ricci that was filmed at the Michigan Renaissance Festival called All's Fair, I think it's All's Fair in Love or All's Fair.
All's
I don't
Fair.
know. Haven't
All's
watched
Fair.
it
That's
yet.
Actually, a good movie.
No, I have heard nothing but bad things, and I won't watch it because I don't want to have a bad opinion of my girl.
Oh.
Yeah, I
don't know if.
It's pretty generic rom-com, but I mean,
it just takes
for
place
what
at the
it
Michigan
is,
Renaissance
yeah,
Festival.
It's pretty palatable.
Yeah. Wow,
I enjoyed it.
That is,
I'm just saying.
Chris, this is literally the most shining review I've ever heard of that movie, including from the people who worked on it. Because a lot of my friends were like on set for that movie.
Maybe I watched the wrong movie. I don't know. Confirm what movie it is, and we'll double check.
Christina Ricci, Matt Lillard sound familiar? Renaissance Festival.
Let me check. I don't remember them in it though, honestly.
Christina Ricci is literally the main character, so you might
give
be
me
thinking
a
of a different
second.
movie.
I'm looking at internet.
Oh, you were thinking of Black Knight, starring Martin Lawrence.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
That movie was fucking dope.
Yeah, that movie was dope. He did the rope-a-dope thing. That was so good.
So we're watching Black Knight, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
is it on Netflix?
I don't know.
Okay, so in my opinion, though, what I was getting at is I think this is like Matt Lillard's worst work.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is as bad as he gets. I just feel like he knew it was shit, and there was just nothing he could do with it, because I feel like the character of Maniac was like, oh, and we'll just have Matt Lillard do it, and it'll be great, because he's crazy, right? And
Right.
Okay, it is All's Fair in Love, and it's Christina Ricci.
And you didn't remember her in it?
No, I didn't remember. I'm sorry. I don't have the obsession. And
It's just kind of weird when you don't remember somebody who's the main character of the movie you watched.
I also probably watched it when it came out, like 5 years ago.
Fair enough. Oh, fair.
Hey, I see what you're doing there.
Anyway, back to the review.
That could be the
All
sequel.
right. Now that we settled that, so okay, Chris watched All's Fair, and it wasn't that horrible. Good to know. I'll watch it and probably feel very sorry for myself. I also noticed that we couldn't get Sean Bean, so we got not quite Sean Bean to play Paladin in this movie, and probably he's the only guy in this movie that does anything close to a decent job, but the whole thing is just so lousy. None of these actors have anything to work with. I already mentioned during Chris's review that apparently the Kilrathi are known for their deadly skill of falling down. Because, they go into the Kilrathi ship when you finally see some Kilrathi, and, which is mainly them sort of, snarling a little or something. And then they keep, seeing Kilrathi and gasping. They're like, oh my god, a Kilrathi! And then they shoot him and he just falls down. There is no Kilrathi in this movie that actually does anything. Other than fall down. And what it looks like is they had a dude in a Kilrathi suit, and he lost his balance and just sort of tipped over, and they just, Ed Wooded it, and we're like, great, keep it, we're moving on.
We broke the suit. That's the only fake we can use.
Okay, what are we going to do this with? I don't know, play that clip of the one guy falling down again.
Right.
The only other thing I have written down is Saffron Burrows is pretty. Everything else is pretty awful.
Saffron Burrows is pretty.
Yeah.
She was pretty, and I bet you this just shit-canned her career because, she doesn't actually do a bad job in this either with what she's given.
Oh.
I think that if you had an actual movie with actual actors and actual sets and actual script and kept her part the same, you might have had, she would have been fine if you had in that same role in a decent Wing Commander movie. But...
Yes.
Instead, she's saddled with this fucking dog, and I don't recall, I can't think of anything else she's been in, I'm sure she has, but, there's no reason why she could not be a very famous leading lady. She's fine, arguably the only decent thing in this entire movie. Yeah. But even still, you've got this dumb thing, and it's so everything in the 90s was like this, where it was like, oh, we have to have some fucking phrase that they say over and over again. So it's like, he never existed or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
we gotta have some thing for them to repeat so we can do a callback on it later. And it doesn't matter how flimsy or shitty it is. We just have to do it because that's what we do in movies now. Like, like I said before, probably not the worst movie I've ever seen, but of all the ones that we have reviewed on John Hates Movies so far, this is the one I've enjoyed the least. This is it's really, really terrible. And you might be thinking, yeah, but I really like the games, or I love space stuff, and I kind of like anything that's an effects movie anyway. Like, don't just watch something else. Like, watch Jurassic Park again. It does, whatever else you choose, you're going to be happy.
Stargate.
Watch Starship Troopers.
Yeah, for fuck's
Starship
sake,
Troopers.
watch Starship Troopers and then watch Stargate. Treat yourself. Like, I mean, you can do a lot better than Wing Commander. I mean, no matter what kind of an asshole you've been in your life, like, I don't care what you've done. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't watch Wing Commander, bro. Like, get the semicolon tattoo and move ahead. Yes. Don't watch Wing Commander. You have so much to live for. In conclusion, Wing Commander blows. Don't watch it. It sucks. It's the shittiest movie I've ever seen that took place in space. It was just a colossal waste of money. We could have sent a bunch of kids to school for the cost of this movie.
We could have built a children's hospital.
We could have built a children's hospital. And we got this.
Oh, man.
Terrible. 1/4 star. No, that's no stars. None.
No stars.
No stars. No stars. I regret watching it. I should have just come on here and thrown a fit and be like, I didn't even watch it because I thought it was going to be bad. Should have protested. That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
I
mean,
we all have to do our time.
That's all I got. Fuck Wing Commander.
So, Eric.
yeah. All right, guys. I'm bummed that James isn't here because he usually likes my jokes. But we got some notes.
Eric, we all like your jokes.
Okay. The movie hasn't even started yet, but I would like to get one thing on the record right now. Fuck Freddie Prinze Jr. Fuck JFK. Fuck Freddie Prinze Sr. Fuck Yuri Gagarin. Not Matthew Lillard, though. He's cool. Who the fuck is Freddie Prinze Sr.? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
But was he an actor?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Why do we need to know that he's a junior if nobody the fuck knows nobody knows who the fuck his father was? Like,
Fuck Freddie Prinze Jr.
yeah.
Fuck Freddie Prinze Sr.
Yeah.
Exposition credits just took us from John F. Kennedy to the 2654 Space War in like 30 seconds. I wonder what space coffee tastes like.
It's out of this world.
Hey, thank you. Okay, Earth year 2450 or 2654, and they're still using CDs. People don't even use those in 2015. Next note: hooray for Captain Space Frog. That's the French captain.
Oh.
I'm allowed to say bad things about French people because I'm French, right? That's how it works.
L'argent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
guess.
Let's see. This movie is trying really hard to be good. Okay, so one of the biggest problems this movie had was that it really wanted to be Star Wars.
Yeah.
It very much wanted to be really good. And in the process, it had no moments where it was so good it's bad. They didn't let Matthew Lillard loose enough to make it really cheesy and crazy and all kinds of weirdness.
So was it the music that made you think about that? Because that is, I will say, this one thing I did like is I thought that the main theme, the orchestral theme, was actually pretty good.
It was okay.
Certainly trying to be like a John Williams Star Wars thing, though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's probably what I picked up on, but it wasn't a conscious thought. Next note is Poirot.
That makes me so sad.
Next note. Oh shit! When's the mystery gonna start?
between Shaggy and Poirot being there.
Right. Why didn't they play the Masterpiece Theater music at the beginning of this? Ooh, this is good. I'm loving the frame rate drop during the CGI scene. There were a couple of really like CGI intensive scenes where the frame rate just dropped because the computers that they were making it on couldn't handle it.
They were making it on an Atari 2600, so you know.
This soundtrack needs some Rush. Rush is
That would have been pretty badass.
Rush is a very good band. Their music is like perfection. Oh, hey, Colin. This chick isn't the wing commander. She's the wang commander. Next one. Damn it. Marshall's going to get a 4.0 in damage. That won't make sense quite yet. Next note is really losing interest fast. This movie isn't so bad that it's good, and that's a problem. It really wants to be good. It just ain't, guys. Guys, what do you do when your foundation falls apart? They don't teach you that in school. That one's not going to make sense yet either. I tried to be... God!
I don't know.
Are you setting up a mystery?
It's not supposed to be
Poirot.
Okay.
It's not. No, it's not Poirot. Next note. I love you, Chris. Don't get me wrong. For the first time in my life, I'm 18 and I can say, "Fuck you." That one's also not supposed to make sense yet.
Is this like a Memento thing that you're doing? Are we hearing your review in reverse?
All these spaceships look fucking whack.
Yes, they did. They look whack as hell.
Next note: Maniac flies like a skinny Jack Porkins. Man, oh man, all this drama over a character nobody cares about. Oh, here we go. And this one can get cut if it's too close to home, but it's we'll see. Serious question: who has a better future in acting, Freddie Prinze Jr. or Colin McMillan?
I would hope.
Actually,
I think it's Colin.
It's me because I just got booked for another gig. I'm actually going to be acting in the future. So, he will not.
Yeah,
it's me.
No,
that's not.
It's over for Freddie.
That's not close to home. I'm coming back, baby. I'm doing a Michael Keaton Birdman thing over here.
Hey, look. Oh, okay. Man, wouldn't it be cool to have a fucking clue what these Kilrathi look like? And at that point, I was like an hour and 15 minutes through the movie, and you have no idea what the main monsters look like.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like, as far as we know, some of these characters could be Kilrathi. We don't fucking know what they are.
What was Matthew Lillard's girlfriend's name?
Rosie.
Does anybody remember?
Rosie.
Right. Okay. I feel like Rosie's gonna die pretty soon. I don't know what's making me think that, but something is. Yeah. The next note is, "Don't die, Rosie. Only posers die, you fucking idiot." Does that one make any sense?
We're doing an SLC punk thing here, right?
Yeah, there we go. All these ones that didn't make sense are quotes from SLC.
That's what I figured. That is what I figured.
When you hit
when you did the fuck you. Yeah, that's what I figured. Is that on Netflix? We should fucking watch that shit.
No, it's
was.
not. I looked for it last night. Hey, look. There they are, and these green things just look like fucking Muppets.
Yeah, not
Okay.
good Muppets either.
No,
Like the shitty discount Muppets.
Dude, in Wing Commander 3, the Kilrathi was a better Muppet than these guys.
Yeah.
Significantly better.
Ugh. Okay, so if he really leaves this girl behind, this is one of the lamest movies of all time. She's hurt and she's out in space, and he really just does fly away without her.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was an order.
Wow, that makes it so much better.
Hey, the only good soldier is a soldier who can follow orders.
And the last note is, man, guys, movies suck. So I really, this movie was so bad that I spent most of the time while I was watching it looking up SLC Punk quotes.
There you go.
I mean, this is why we do what we do. The fucking Kilrathi fight the Pilgrims fight the humans fight the frog people fight...
Oh, man.
That's good.
This movie was bad.
Yep.
SLC Punk is good.
Yeah.
So go watch that instead. Yeah, that's about it. This is a bad movie. There's not much to talk about. Tangent. In my free time last week, I watched Ready Player One, and in my free time last week, I watched King of Kong, and that's a fucking good documentary.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah, so much heart. It's got so much heart.
You guys talked about how Billy Mitchell, okay, so he's not a nice guy, he's not a good guy,
Right.
but I didn't think he was quite as devious as, I don't know.
I didn't say he was
he
devious.
is kind of, but he's
Yeah.
a huge prick. And even the filmmaker said that they edited a lot out to make him seem less of a prick.
He's
So that's
just a
like
huge
prick
douchebag.
light.
Yes, he is.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially since, the hero of King of Kong, by the way, a significantly better movie than Wing Commander, and you should go watch that.
Yes.
Fuck Wing Commander. Go watch King of Kong.
That's the theme of this episode.
Go watch King of Kong, you dicks. Go watch King of Kong, you dingus.
Go watch King of Kong and SLC Punk, not Wing
Not
Commander.
under any circumstances Wing Commander.
or Starship
No,
Troopers.
but the thing that King of Kong did really good is really at the end make you start really rooting for Steve.
Yeah.
because there were times I'd pause the movie, I'd be like, okay, Steve. It's like Steve's training to be the best, and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So Eric, are you pretty much wrapped up?
Yeah, I'm done. Watch King of Kong or SLC Punk, not Wing Commander.
I reiterate, not under any circumstances Wing Commander.
I think everybody pretty much gathers how everybody feels about this particular movie. And I don't really have too much to add. I do have a little thing. Just like everybody else, this movie eventually was and then just lost complete interest, and I was just zoned out for the rest of it. This is, quite honestly, the only movie that we've watched where I actually felt like I lost time. You know?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I had a blackout, I think, during the middle of the movie. Not quite sure what happened. Well, anyway, I mean...
I was conscious, and I was I could be doing anything else right now.
And that's the thing. I see, when I get bored, I daydream. And I'm pretty sure I daydreamed something fierce during this, and it must have been pretty damn amazing, because I literally do not remember, the middle of the movie. I got to the point where I was watching the movie, and they were they found the fucking, I don't know, the comm system, and then it's all a blur until what's her name dies.
And they dump truck her off of the thing.
Exactly. And I'm and that's when I perked up. I was like, oh shit, something just happened. I better really start paying attention again. No, not necessary. I will say this much. There's a lot of dumb in this movie. I mean, just a lot of dumb, and it's a lot of affected dumb because they're trying. It really is. It's the bad example of, hey, I'm doing something here.
Yeah,
because there's the good one where you help your friend out. They say, hey, just calm down. I'm doing something here, and then there's a payoff. Then there's the ones where your friend says, hey, I'm doing something here, but they're really not doing anything. They're just kind of fucking around.
They're just masturbating in the public theater.
Exactly. That's.
Hey, I'm doing something here. You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing though. One of the things that pissed me off about this movie, and it's weird because quite honestly, this movie really doesn't elicit any emotion whatsoever.
no.
Not really, no.
But it drove me it actually drove me to a rage for like 20 seconds until the rest of the movie's boredom just massaged my rage away.
Like a lobotomy.
Like a lobotomy. But the part where they're like, so and so died and he didn't exist and we don't remember him or anything. What fucking military organization does not remember its dead soldiers?
Yeah, that's pretty absurd.
Not only is it absurd, it's downright offensive.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that really pissed me off. I'm like, this better not fucking be a thing. Or, and of course it was a thing, and it was stupid. And I don't know why anybody... You would have to be so isolated from anyone who has ever served to think that something like that is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
For real.
And so that's my little that's like the one spark of emotion that this movie actually gave me. The rest of the movie is just so shit boringly dull that I couldn't even maintain my anger for longer than 20 seconds because I was like, "Oh, that makes me so mad. Nothing's happening. I can't sustain it."
You know what? Like, on your rage topic, can I just explore that for, like, 1 second? Even in the fucking games, when your co-pilots died, like, there was a fucking board with their name on it that said KIA.
Yeah.
Like,
whoa.
Yeah, like, this is even contrary directly to the material that this guy that made this movie had already made.
Yeah, so I don't understand that decision. I don't
I used to
understand.
just get them all killed
So we're all
off in the games because they're a pain in the ass.
You should never do new things.
Well, yeah, now when it's like, hey, somebody died, just forget about it. Like, whatever.
It doesn't exist.
Stick with what works.
Yes, I'm a big fan of sticking with what works.
No, Chris, we should try new things, but if those new things are shitty, we shouldn't go showing them to everybody.
Oh.
just like masturbating in the theater.
Exactly. Nobody needs to see that shit.
It's fine if you're in the back row. God.
Well, I think we said... Oh, you know what? We haven't said everything that we could say about Wing Commander because I didn't suggest something else to watch instead of it. Go watch... Go watch the paint dry, because it's like 10 times better than watching this fucking movie. Alright!
Go watch The People versus Larry Flint, or, like, literally anything. It doesn't matter.
Go watch the Muppet movie.
Yeah!
Or, like, literally anything. Go watch Leprechaun.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Like,
seriously.
That's how serious we are here, folks.
Go
watch Leprechaun.
Yep. Go watch Leprechaun while riding in a Sharknado.
Comedy, horror done right.
Yeah! Yeah, you don't get to make that joke anymore, Chris.
Oh!
I never claimed this was comedy or horror. Or good.
Yeah, or done right.
I just made you guys watch it.
That's true. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back after these brief messages. Hi, this is John from John Hates Movies. Usually, this is where you'd hear one of our commercials. We originally set aside this time to make room for eventual advertising space. And we've decided that it's time to open that advertisement space up. So for a limited time, we're going to open this advertisement space up to you, the listener. How much is it, do you ask? Well, it's absolutely free. That's right, for the cost of $0, you can have hundreds of John Hates Movies listeners listen to your message. How do you participate? All you have to do is either send us a script at our Facebook page, or you can record your own audio and send us a Dropbox link. We'll review all selections, and the ones that we like the most will show up in this spot on John Hates Movies. Submit your advertisements today. And we are back, and typically this is where we would do our game, but we're going to hold off for a second because Colin has something he wants to talk about.
Oh, Colin has a perplexing pondering?
I believe he
runs
does.
in the family.
All right.
So, I was thinking while I was refilling my cup of wine, I was thinking about video game movies and how they always suck. And, like, I want to poll you guys, what is gonna redeem the video game movie? Now, I had an idea. where Nintendo and Pixar have a glorious handshake and they make a Star Fox movie. Because I think that would be totally sweet. Now, of course, Wing Commander made me realize that I would really like to also see a good space movie where ships fly around and shoot each other. You know, so that's why Star Fox is my pick. But I feel like with Star Fox, you've got enough characters that exist that are, like, we kind of know what they're like. Like, you know that Falco's kind of an ass, and, like, Peppy is like, you know, he's like the old guy, you know, he's the sort of mentor character. But all these characters are open enough that you can write a story about them that could be good.
I just feel like what you'd end up with is Howard the Duck Wing Commander.
Not if Pixar was doing it, though.
Like, okay, so the first thing that popped into my head, and it's probably not what I would go with, but I think, like, if Pixar made, like, Legend of Zelda movie, that could be.
Well, Netflix is doing a Zelda show.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it's happening.
Huh.
I mean, I think you're right. I think Pixar would make a spectacular Zelda movie.
Like, the games that I play enough to know about, like, aren't things that would lend themselves to movies. Like, you can't make a Minecraft movie. You can't.
If they did, I'd probably.
You can't
watch
make
it.
I know they're making like a Telltale Games Minecraft story mode or whatever,
God.
which looks. I don't know. I'm not sure. You can't make a movie about FIFA. You can't make a movie about Civilization 5. I don't know. I don't know what I would.
If
pick
they threw all
to-
those
to
world
make it
leaders
good.
in one movie and had them fight, that would be kind of awesome.
That would actually
like
be
just
kinda
cast a bunch of
kick-ass.
comedy people as all of the world leaders, and just like have them all do stupid hijinks. Like that would be pretty funny.
Napoleon versus Hiawatha.
Well, everybody would want to see Gandhi get his ass kicked because he fucking nukes everybody. First chance
Gandhi
he gets.
versus Montezuma.
He nukes everybody. I'm not a Civ player, so
Oh yeah, Gandhi's one of the
Yeah.
most aggressive
Why?
players in the game.
It's crazy. Yes, it's crazy.
It's just the way
makes
the
no
AI
sense.
shakes out.
Hey, peace through superior firepower.
well, I guess if he wants to stop everybody fighting, that's one way to do it.
Well, so game mechanic wise, the Indian civilization gets like a ton more like population
Yeah.
than most people, so they always are like equipped to go to war. So then I think that's what causes them to go to war.
Yeah, but it's
Man,
become
that just
a
seems
thing.
like a massive
Of Gandhi.
oversight, though. Like,
You know, I would love to see a Borderlands movie.
oh man, that would be sweet.
Ooh.
There's a lot they could
I
do
think-
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could do a real kick-ass and get the fucking Mad Max guys to do it, you know, because it's going to draw comparisons anyway, so why not just get what it's going to be compared to do the fucking movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah, get George Miller to make a
And just
to make a
Cast
Borderlands.
funny
exactly.
people and have somebody funny read it.
Yep.
I'd like to see Paul Rudd's Jack. It'd be pretty funny.
Chris, could they make a Gears of War movie?
Sure. Wouldn't be that hard. Essentially, instead of your standard war movie, you have your guys in weird ass gear and fighting aliens. I think it's been made.
So Chris, do you
Chainsaw
classify
guns?
Gears of
Yeah.
War more as sci-fi or more as horror?
Sci-fi.
Like, okay, all right. Because I love me some sci-fi horror. I think that's
I mean,
actually one of my
I
favorite
wouldn't
genres.
Classify. Well, I wouldn't classify it as horror, but I don't know.
Chris, why don't you roll us into the game?
This is a little game. Okay, so you're gonna have to think through some scenarios. This is a what would you do?
Okay.
I concede.
Okay, scenario number 1. You find yourself in the middle of filming Wing Commander. As an extra, what do you do to make sure the movie never gets made?
Wow. Okay.
Well, I just make sure that I'm in the background of like all the important scenes, and then I just have a quote-unquote accidental wardrobe malfunction. Where you can always see a dong.
Wang Commander.
In the back of all the shots.
There you go. True Wang Commander.
Right, Wang Commander.
So Chris Roberts pretty much is responsible for this whole thing. And since he's not only the writer, the director, and the basic fucking everything to this movie, I would slowly poison his craft services so that I wouldn't kill him, but I would just make him violently ill every day. Like he'd come in and then maybe think that he was like allergic to something on
And then they
set.
fire him and hire Richard Stanley to finish it.
John, why are you breaking all those mercury thermometers?
No reason. Oh, that would be perfect. Actually, okay. I'm going to change my answer. I'm going to gaslight him so hard that he actually goes insane, and it's not that Wing Commander doesn't get made, it's that it just becomes a much crazier fucking movie, and might actually be worth watching.
Okay. So what I do is, whenever I'm on set, I make sure that I break something. Like any other practical props or something. Like any scene, I'm just like, I play as clumsy as possible. I always break something, and the more expensive, the better. Like I'm gonna be tripping on cords and all this shit. And when they finally fire me for breaking too much shit, I leak to the media that the plot about the Kilrathi versus humans is clearly a parallel to White Flight and the Black Menace, and that Chris Roberts is completely racist.
Nice. Colin broke the only Kilrathi puppet that they had.
Yeah, the part where he tips over, that was me. I tipped him over, and they got it on camera, and they kept it. I broke the Kilrathi.
Okay, so you just got fired from the set of Wing Commander. How do you make your Jerry Maguire exit? How do you make your grand exit?
Well, boy, I feel like I just covered that.
I kind of feel like you did, but I don't mean like this is what you do afterwards. I mean, you're leaving the building.
Oh, okay. Like
you want
your way
everyone
out.
to know you're leaving the building.
Okay, so the first thing I do is I run to the nearest spaceship, like the nearest prop spaceship, and jump in, and then just start raving like a lunatic that I won't get off the set until they tow me away in the spaceship. Just demand to be towed away in the spaceship.
Are you going to make spaceship noises as you leave?
Okay, so every day that I've been on the set, I've always made sure to, because I want to make sure that not just Chris is sick, but everybody feels slightly unease. So I'm going to make sure that there's always, like, gasoline on the ground. Because, I want the fumes to cause problems. So what I'm going to do is, just when they're like, okay, you're fired, I'm just going to light a cigarette on set, then throw it behind me, and then when the flames go up, I'll say something like, you're fired.
As long as you don't turn around to look at the flames.
Well, of course not. And then I'm going to walk away.
No,
all right.
You're fired.
You're fired. I love it. All right, so at this point, I've already slipped the note into Saffron Burrows' trailer that asks, "Do you like me? Check yes or no."
Don't tell Christina.
Don't tell Christina. Don't tell Christina. I'm sorry. Yo, bae, she means nothing to me. So then I go to Matt Lillard's trailer, and I tell him
Slip him the same note?
Yes! But I say it's from Saffron Burrows. I give him a slap on the butt, tell him Scream was the shit, and he's too dope for this fucking hack job. And then I go to Freddie Prinze Jr.'s trailer. I just grab him by his cheeks. I look him right in the eye, and I just say, Freddie, you are a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. And then I leave.
Okay.
I knew it was you, Freddie.
I knew it was you, Freddie.
Guy.
My number one guy.
Okay. Since you just got fired, you buy a winning lottery ticket, which is immediately stolen by a bear.
Oh!
What do you do?
I mean, mine's easy. It's part of my past, and like we've done it before. We can do it again. This one time on Christmas Eve, a bear broke into my dad's rig and stole all my Christmas presents. But my dad fought him and got them all back. So
So it's in your blood.
Well, no,
it's in your blood. Get it?
I call my dad up. I'm like, Dad, the bear took my ticket.
He was like, no problem, I'll be right there.
And you can hear him in the background pull the horn and like revving his shit up.
They just shows up, fucking freight trains the bear, and we get our ticket back.
It says, "No, you're fired, bear."
Just Peter Bilt's right into
my
that
answer
there.
is my answer is obvious too. I would call Eric's dad, and Eric's dad would be like, "All right, I don't really know you, John, but you're good friends with my son, so let's do this." And he would get into that
And
rig.
Peter Bilt's into the bear.
Yep, and then he'd give me my ticket back, and then I'd share it with Eric.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, such feels.
Yeah.
All right, yo. So the bear's got my ticket, right? Obviously, we all know that once a bear has a lottery ticket, he's got a taste for it. So, so I go find the bear. I say, "Hey, you like that? Well, I happen to know a guy that has another winning lottery ticket, and his name is Chris Roberts." So we gotta go and fuck him up, bear. And then, because, I just got fired on the set, so I know the movie's not done. So I know where Chris Roberts is. And so the bear's all like, "Well, how do we get there?" And I was like, "Don't worry, I know a guy." Here comes Eric's dad. Eric's dad pulls up, we hop in the truck, and me and the bear and Eric's dad go, and we bust down Chris Roberts' door, and I go, "No, you're fired." And then the bear eats Chris Roberts, Wing Commander's never made, and then the bear and myself and Eric's dad split the millions.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. So I feel like you guys all had good explanations on what you would do in reaction to the various scenarios.
But everybody used my dad, so so obviously, since he's my dad, I win, right?
You'd think that. However, on that vein, the person who reused the most of everyone else's ideas and expanded upon them, which I approve of, was Colin. So he wins.
Yay, Colin!
Oh, Linda.
So Colin's gonna pick a
Colin.
movie for us, and it better not be shitty.
Colin, I just only one request. Would
Right.
my dad like it? Is what you have to think when you pick your movie.
Oh,
I feel like your dad is certainly the kind of guy
we're
that
not
would-
watching Convoy again.
Oh, damn it.
Still ranked number one.
Well,
God damn it!
We're gonna try.
So terrible.
Gonna try to redeem this video game movie thing and watch the greatest video game movie of all time, Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Jesus, are you serious?
Yes, we're gonna watch Mortal Kombat, baby.
Fantastic.
Well, you guys heard it here on John Hates Movies. Next week we'll be testing our
Yeah!
might and then watching Mortal Kombat. Again.
Finish him.
Oh man.
Good night, Dad.
Good night, Moon.
Oh boy. Good night, everybody.
A great big thank you to our staff graphic artist, Tabby Walters, the Weekly Cast, and our listeners. You can listen to our podcast on iTunes, the Stitcher app, through YouTube, or directly on our website. Feel free to send us a movie review suggestion. Every third episode is Listener Appreciation, where we choose from your suggestions. You can reach us through social media, either by liking our Facebook page, John Hates Movies YouTube channel, or following our Twitter at John Hates Movies. Our music was composed by Kevin MacLeod. You can find this track and many more on his website, Incompetech.com. Thanks for listening, and tune in next week to hear someone say, I just had a really terrible, disturbing images.